welcome to HITC Sport. Alright, so let's get straight into it. Did anything much happen over the last week other than Conor McGregor trying to smash up a bus? You know he's a Liverpool fan anyway. Anyway, without wasting time, let's crack into the week of football and just see what's been going on. So Man City have bottled it, haven't they? I mean, they just have. They what a chance they had. On the eve of the derby, the biggest game of the season, Pep Guardiola came out and told the world that he was basically offered Paul Pogba by his agent 2 months ago. Which is a bit like some young one letting it slip hours before her best friend's wedding that the husband-to-be had been sending her dick pics in the bath 3 weeks ago. I mean, Mkhitaryan was also offered to Guardiola, but nobody really cares about him, considering he's since been sentenced to a life of Europa League football, unhinged fan bases, and Alex Iwobi. Gary Neville also came out this week and criticised Pogba, who at this stage must have felt like shoving his agent's head in a microwave, for going to the Manchester derby with blue hair. Is there not bigger things in the world to worry about than someone's f***ing hair colour? Like, was that really going to affect the game? Look, if he wants to go around looking like he just spent the night with a smurf, let him be, or it's not gonna do much. I don't really think him dyeing his hair back to red was gonna magically make him pass the ball better. Anyway, I'm not really sure Neville has a leg to stand on when it comes to criticising haircuts, when he clearly had his mother use the bowl and scissors on his head until he was 21. Did they not have shampoo in the 90s? Now, getting onto the derby, this was a huge chance for City. Belittled in their own region for years. I mean, wouldn't you be when your marquee signing is Darius Vassell? This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Win the league in front of their biggest rivals. Alright, Grant starts well. Vincent Kompany powers home a header, with Chris Smalling seemingly stuck in a time warp, as he again chose to mark the ghost of Christmas past. Pretty sure it's not 2012 anymore, because Alan Pardew was no longer getting offered 8-year contracts. We don't have miniature Koreans dancing like drunk cowboys, and I'm pretty sure that Joseph Kony has stopped eating your kids, or whatever the that was about. Christ, Joseph Kony. He was the worst thing to happen to Facebook since the poke button. Why does my 6-year-old aunt think poking me is an appropriate way to say hello? And that's before she logs into Facebook. Before you know it, City are 2-0 up. Ilkay Gundogan slides in a beautiful second. Nice turnaround for the fella, considering he was given a 1 out of 10 rating against Liverpool a few days ago. 1 out of 10. Surely you already get 1 out of 10 for just being alive. So the City fans are singing ole ole, the title looks done and dusted. Full-time Devils are probably scanning the crowd for this lad.
Mourinho needs to grow some f***ing balls, mate.
But then, I don't know what Mourinho must have done in that dressing room. He must have threatened to shave Pogba bald or something. Because he came out a completely different player. He might have traipsed around in the first half like a child lost in the supermarket. My mother tried to ditch me at Tesco so many times as a kid. But the joke's on her, because I always found my way home. Was that child abuse? But in the second half, good lord, that was like, it was like the second coming of Scott McTominay. It was class. Brave, strong in the tackles, and 2 goals completely turned the game on its head. How does the blue hair look now, Gary? And if that wasn't enough, Alexis Sanchez then floats in a free kick, and Chris Smalling, who had basically defended like he was drunk on cheese in the first half, pops up to score the winner. When you have Chris Smalling scoring the winner against, that's just the total embarrassment. If City had won this game, they would have never let United hear the end of it. Anytime a United fan went to work, they would have got any. Well, no, I don't think there's many City fans in London, but still, any United fan, one of 6 United fans in Manchester would have got an earful. I mean, City will still win the title. I mean, I don't think we're going to be seeing any Kevin Keegan type collapses anytime soon. I think there's more chance of Jennifer Lawrence popping over to my house for a Netflix and chill session of all 6 seasons of The Big Bang Theory. Mostly because I don't care who you are. If you suggest watching 6 seasons of The Big Bang Theory at my house, I will kindly ask you to get the out. By the way, I'm not a United fan. I don't hate City, but this is hilarious. So what else happened this week? Zlatan, Ibrahimovic and Cristiano Ronaldo both scored excellent goals. Granted, one of them was against Gianluigi Buffon in the quarterfinals of the European Cup, and the other was against a bunch of lads who probably only took up the sport about 7 years ago. Like, I don't want to disrespect the MLS too much, but when your teammates are David Bingham and Perry Kitchen, doesn't quite sound like the makings of a world-class team. It sounds more like a catalogue for f***ing IKEA. This is a league where fans don't point and laugh at Bradley Bright Phillips and Josie Altidore. They actually admire them and respect them. Not even that, the defenders fear them. What? For Zlatan to be in that league, that's like Mila Kunis being in a beauty pageant in Blackpool. Ronaldo's goal was great though. If he was any higher, he'd be munching on bags of crisps and watching Scooby-Doo. So geez, what else happened this week? One of the Teletubbies drank himself to death. Bit of weird trivia. Tinky Winky was the uncle of your one from In-Betweeners. Also, remember the son out of Teletubbies? That freaked me out when I was a kid. Why am I talking about the Teletubbies? That was just... What is my life? By the way, if you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to give it a like and a subscribe, lads. Very important. And also for those who have subscribed, apparently you now have to hit the bell icon as well if you want the videos to pop up. It seems a bit mad to me, but it's just another click. Also, here's my Twitter. I assume it's right there, so you can follow that for all your scarf updates, which you all love so much. Here's a tweet from Peter Schmeichel in 2016. What makes Newcastle think that Rafa Benitez will get them out of the predicament they're in? If I were them, I'd go for Nigel Pearson. Nigel, are you an ostrich Pearson? Remember when he lost his job at Leicester? Yeah, Nigel, what's your son up to these days? Speaking of which, Peter, what's your son up to these days? That's right, getting lobbed by a Newcastle player. Guess he picked up a thing or two from his old man after all. Newcastle turned up at the home of the former champions and great win. John Joe Shelby scored his first goal of the season and celebrated like Harry Potter. A bit ironic considering he looks like Hugh must not be named. The fact that Rafa Benitez has Newcastle in 10th, a squad of Hosaloo's, Dwight Gales and Isaac Haydens, is nothing short of a miracle. Then again, he did win the Champions League with Jimmy Traore, so he's probably only a few years away from turning water into wine. Shame he's not able to turn his daily burger into a salad, because he's looking more and more like your man from Al's Toy Barn with every passing year. But Mike Ashley, I cannot tell you how lucky that man is to have Rafa at the helm. You simply can't go through a season without putting money in. 5 million for Hosaloo is not money, by the way. That's like serving your children Freddos and hair for dinner. If it was most other managers, Christ, this team would have been relegated in March. Like if Steve McLaren was there, the club would be close to being shut down. Spurs beat Stoke, did Harry Kane score? Who gives a who cares, really? I mean, it doesn't matter. Officially, Cristiano scored 2. Mame Biram Juff got 1 for Stoke after Lloris battered the ball into his face. I mean, Stoke are going down, aren't they? 4 points off safety. They cannot win a game for love nor money. They haven't won since the 20th of January. Why did they bring in Paul Lambert? Like, what a lazy, uninspired appointment. How is that man going to inspire anybody? Like, his last job in Premier League football, didn't Aston Villa go about 10 hours without scoring? Now fair enough, that does describe my friend's every night out, but for a football club that is ridiculous. This time last year he was guiding Wolves to 15th in the Championship. Where are they now? Like, what was the point in bringing him? How did he get a job? Liverpool played Everton. I could describe in great detail to you the events of this game, but honest to God, I'd have more fun describing what I had for brunch. Nothing, because I'm not a 54-year-old lesbian. Still though, it was a horrific derby. Like, Everton just seemed destined never to beat Liverpool again. Danny Ings actually got a start. It had been so long since he got one, he probably forgot what to do. Loris Karius, after a pretty woeful start to his Anfield career, made a great save and actually looks pretty decent. Oh, and Wayne Rooney was subbed off and swore in a mean way. What else is new? That man was probably learning how to curse before he knew how to read and write. I mean, to be fair, that's about 16 years of his life, so. Huddersfield and Brighton drew 1-1, but lads, I mean, I'm sorry Huddersfield. I've been saying this since the start of the season. I think you're going to go down. I'm pretty sure the Huddersfield fans out there think I hate them. I don't. I just think you're going down. To be honest, I don't think this is an unpopular opinion, to think that the club with the lowest resources and just are going down. Like, I don't think this is unpopular to say that. I mean, it's like predicting Pogba is going to get a haircut next week. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not putting my neck on the line here. I just don't think you have the quality. Like, if your marquee signing is Tom Ince, no, you're going down. I'm sorry to say, I'd love you to stay up, but no. Burnley beat Watford, now they're 7th in the league. I like the fact that I've always kept faith in Burnley. Despite Burnley having been turned into Ireland FC, I'm still going to predict a swift relegation via second season syndrome, which is a thing. As for Bournemouth and Crystal Palace, 2-2 draw. Absolute magic from Luka Milojevic and Wilfred Zaha, but also car crash defending at the other end. I swear, if Palace go down this season, there have been so many chances to stay up. Roy Hodgson will probably strangle his defenders with a rusty sock. Anyway, that's the end of the video, lads. I think I've wrapped everything up. Let me know if I haven't. Give us your thoughts on the weekend. What do you think? Have Manchester United laid down a marker? Are they back? Have they basically said to Guardiola, we're coming for your title next season? Or are we going to see something crazy where City lose every game and United win it? No. I can't. I can't even finish that. Anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, give it a like, give it a share, and a subscribe. And as always, I'll talk to you in a while. Oh, what's this? Bonus material! Christ, the buff feels like the end of a Marvel movie, where 13-year-old nerds watch about 15 minutes of credits just to watch about 4 seconds of Scarlett Johansson in a wetsuit or something. I mean, lads, the internet is very much a thing. I mean, you probably are aware of this already, but I don't know, I mean, you're still watching me 10 minutes later. Not that I'm not grateful, I mean, don't think I'm not grateful. I mean, these haircuts are cheap. They really are. But anyway, let's talk about the Sunday kickoff. Liverpool's feeder club turned up at the Etihad Stadium to play in front of about 7 people. Long story short, some pretty kamikaze defending produced a 3-2 win for Arsenal, with Danny Welbeck scoring twice. Now, I haven't really been this guy's biggest fan, and with good cause. He is the first touch of my dog Scrappy, who, as we all know, is nothing but a bag of 9-year-old bones buried in a shallow grave at the bottom of my garden. Which just begs the question, why didn't I just dig a deeper hole? But Southampton, if Danny Welbeck almost scores a hat-trick against you, you deserve to be relegated. Anyway, as I said before, lads, that is the end of the video. For any new subscribers, we pump out videos every single day. I put out this sort of Premier League review every week. I'll be doing pretty much the same thing every day during the World Cup, so stick around for that. Oh, and don't worry, I'm gonna get the mics fixed, so don't worry about that. If there's anything else on the channel you'd like improved, let me know in the comment section below. See, this is how we work together. So yeah, just let me know if there's anything else you would like improved. Anyway, cheers for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I mean, I've said this already, but don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'll talk to you in a while. Oh yeah, and Alan Purdy got sacked.